Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Your Excellency, Dr. Monique, Deputy Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Your Excellency, Dr. Ergogi Tesfaye, Minister of Women and Social Affairs, Ethiopia, Honorable Chairperson of the Specialized Technical Committee on Gender Equality and Women's Empowerment, Honorable Ministers, Dr. Niardzai, UN Women Deputy Executive Director, Ms. Prudence, Director of the Women, Gender and Youth Directorate at the African Union Commission, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor to be with you today and to welcome you to this high-level ministerial segment of the consultation of the African Pre-Commission on the Status of Women. On behalf of the Economic Commission for Africa, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all our partners in this journey, the African Union Commission, UN Women, UNDP, and the UNFPA, for their invaluable collaboration on organizing this meeting. I would also like to extend my sincere appreciation to our host, the government of Ethiopia and the people of Ethiopia, for their warm hospitality. Excellencies and distinguished participants, the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action, adopted nearly 3 decades ago, marked a transformative moment in our global commitment on advancing women's rights. While this platform laid a framework for policies and initiatives that have inspired progress, we must acknowledge that the journey is far from complete. Let's first take a look at the achievements that we've managed to reach. Africa has made remarkable progress in closing gender parity in education and on reducing maternal mortality and fertility rates. Member states have also made significant efforts to implement the Women's Peace and Security Agenda by adopting national action plans based on the UN Security Council Resolution 1325 and seamlessly integrating the agenda into their policies and strategies. Member states have also largely adopted the protocol to the African Charter on Human and People's Rights on the Rights of Women in Africa, Maputo Protocol. Almost all member states have set up gender focal persons in government ministries, departments, and agencies to institutionalize national gender mainstreaming frameworks. However, despite all these achievements, persisting barriers and emerging challenges largely exist on our continent and pose significant risk to sustainable, inclusive development. Economically, 1 out of 10 women in Africa continue to live in extreme poverty. Moreover, African women spend 75% of their time on unpaid work, relative to 25% for men. Socially, challenges like gender-based violence, marginal advances in women representation and participation in public and political spheres, obstacles to gender equality continue to loom large. Moreover, multiple crises, the pandemic, conflicts, climate change, and debt crises, coupled with emerging issues in digital space such as gender-digital divide and gender-based bias in AI models further exacerbate these challenges, exposing vulnerabilities in our system for women. Therefore, we must urgently tackle these pressing issues and strive for a better future where every woman can thrive. Excellencies, distinguished participants, today's review is timely. This review, based on the reports submitted by 39 member states, calls us to action around the following areas. We need to effectively enforce and implement laws and policies that are already in place. We cannot just have them, legislated, but we need to focus on implementation as well. We also need dedicated resources to enhance gender equality and women's empowerment. To do so, it's crucial to enhance our efforts in mobilizing domestic resources. We need to bridge the technological and digital divide that exists, which exacerbates inequalities and limits women's access to digital tools and services, which is essential for their empowerment in the modern economy. We must also strengthen institutional mechanisms to ensure accountability in pursuing gender equality, particularly through national gender machineries. We need to establish multi-stakeholder partnerships and collaborative frameworks that, have reach beyond just the few stakeholders to include private sector, youth, civil society organizations, in order to create meaningful impact on women and girls. We must also end discriminatory and harmful gender norms and stereotypes, and end our conscious and unconscious biases, which can exist even where gender equality laws are in place. Last but not least, let's make our women and girls count. Their presence cannot be felt unless we measure them. Hence, we need more disaggregated data on specialized topics that matter for the well-being of women and girls. Excellencies, distinguished participants, with your dedication and efforts, I'm confident that this meeting will produce concrete outcome document that will contribute to the UN Secretary General's report for the 69th session of the Commission on the Status of Women. As we embark on this important dialogue, let us try to carry the resolve to turn our commitments into reality, to pave the way for more equitable and just society for all. Thank you.